All right, myviewboard.com is where we're at. So once you're here, you're going to hit sign in. myviewboard.com, sign in, and then it will have you log in through Google. So you will, I don't know why it didn't pop up, but you'll log in through Google. It should be the white button at the top. Click on your Gmail account, and then once that pops up, or logs you in, agree to everything. So check the boxes, link the Google Drive, agree to everything you've got there. Eventually it should take you to this page. Once you're logged in, we're going to go to the Follow Me settings. It looks like the person doing a jumping jack. Alright, so we are at the Follow Me settings. For the theme, you want to select Education. And this just kind of, it makes the backgrounds, the tools a little bit more suited for education with what we are going to want. So choose Education as your theme. The auto sign out time, you want to move down to never. Okay, so this will keep you logged into your board unless you sign out of it. So change the sign out time to never. And then we're going to scroll down to font settings. The font settings can be anywhere from 70 to 80. The reason we're making that bigger is to, if you ever type in, it'll automatically be bigger, so you don't have to readjust the size. So we found that on the view board, for everyone to be able to see it, 70 to 80 is a good range for that. And you can also change the font color by clicking that box and selecting the color you want. So the other setting is the pen width. I would leave that at 6. It also makes your default pen color black. I would leave that as is as well. Once you change those settings, so again, Education, sign out time to never, change the font size. You're going to hit confirm at the bottom. And once you hit confirm, it'll spin, but it won't look any different. You scroll back up to the top, it'll have a green bar up at the top confirming that you did that. The next place we're going to go is on the sidebar, the gray sidebar to the left. We're going to hit Cloud Integration. And what you want to see is your email address under Google Drive, and it should say unbind. If it is like that, it's good to go. If it says bind, you need to bind it. Okay, so again, on this sidebar, Cloud Integration, maybe. Google Drive, it's going to have your email and say unbind. If it doesn't have your email, click bind. This is really important because now we can access our Google Drive from any viewboard, any place you want to log in, just by signing into your account on the viewboard. Next, we're going to go to bookmarks. And again, we want to select Education. So this will open up your, this is when in the Whiteboard app you'll open up the embedded browser. We've got a bunch of different websites here that you can see. I was playing around with the Google Classroom embedded yesterday, and it works pretty well for viewing assignments. And Google Classroom should be right here. You've also got the Desmos calculator that is already in there. You can also add links or add bookmarks. So you could add something like Project Lead the Way and then just copy and paste that bookmark in there. This is for you if you visit a website frequently and you don't want to have to type it in to your embedded browser. It's just really easy to access it this way. So you can add the bookmark, add, and then it will pop up right here under your bookmarks. So again, you can kind of see some of the bookmarks that we have here. I think the Desmos link will be important. Google Classroom could be nice. So you can play around with that, add stuff. Again, that's under the bookmarks section. We're going to really quickly talk about backgrounds. I just want to show you what it is here. So backgrounds changes the background of your whiteboard app whenever you log in. So I have mine set to like a light gray color, so whenever I log into the board, it's going to pop up, the background's going to be light gray, so you can change the colors under originals, or under education. Yeah, so you can change the colors. Also, if you use something often, so if you're only going to use this for like music saves or staffs, you can open that as your background, choose that, and do that. But that means every time you open it, your background will be that. Okay, so you can play around with that later. We're going to go back to the My View board, click the red icon in the corner. So just click on the My View board logo, and then we're going to click on the bird icon. It says Originals. So the little bird is a Gouldian finch, and that is ViewSonic's mascot or something. I don't know. But if you ever see that little bird, that is the Viewboard Originals. And these are mini lessons, activities, stuff that you can look through. There are some half-decent things in here that you can kind of play around with. And these are not full-on lessons, but this would be good for like an activity or a station if you're doing something like that. So you can take a look through those. So if you see one that you like, you can download it. I think if you download it, it should be editable.
It's hard to say.
Kind of.
Well, what do you mean by editable? Like you can move.
So you can like add slides in.
So like if I just
between.
take the backgrounds and then just like re-edit material.
Maybe.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But if you download it, you might. If you just add it and access it from the whiteboard app, then I don't think you will be able to.
Okay.
So if you find something you like, favorite it, click the heart, and then the first time I would also download it just to see where it pops up. And again, you can look through a bunch of things there. We also have the images, the backgrounds here that you can favorite. So you can search by subject. So if you're going to be doing a lot of stuff on math grids or on like coordinate planes, you can favorite that. I know like there are going to be some times where I would use like isometric or Cartesian graph paper a lot, so I would want to follow those. And you can find those, they have a lot of good options there. Again, if you click on it and you add it with the heart, it will pop up in your favorites when we do that. Okay, so we are going to go to the whiteboard app.
So now that you guys have signed into My View Board and you've set your Follow Me settings, when you sign into Whiteboard without casting, you'll be able to access your Google Drive. A lot of you have been going to Chromium and www.google.com and signing in from the waffle and using it that way. There's a much easier way to access your drive, and that is through the Whiteboard now. Okay, so right now no one has signed into this. So when you open a new whiteboard, this usually pops up, this icon down here in the bottom right-hand corner with the email, password, and the QR code. You can type in your email and your password, and you'll be fine. It's going to take a minute. You can hit the G, and if you're signed into Chrome, it'll come up and ask, is this you, and have your email address, and you can put your password in and move on, okay? Or we're going to show you the app for the phone, which I'm going to show you first, and then I'll tell you. There is an app you can put on your phone. If you do not want to use your personal phone for school purposes, that is fine. This is not required. because you can sign in the ways I just told you. But when you see how much easier it is to sign in, you might change your principles and decide that one free app on your phone, trust me, nobody's tracking you. So I'm going to show you how this works, okay? So I have the app on my phone. I click it. I'm going to open the QR code reader. Scan it. My name is up there now in the upper left-hand corner. This is my view board. It's not Shane's anymore. And if I go to my magic box, I now have the Google Drive icon. This is my drive. I can open up anything out of my drive, now export it into the whiteboard or import it into the whiteboard, and I can write on it, I can save it, I can take notes, I can even record myself doing a lesson, save it, and post it in Google Classroom for kids that are absent. So this is huge. We're not casting anymore. We stopped casting. This is just through the whiteboard on the board itself. Okay? To find the app, if you have your phone and you want to get the app, it is called,
The Viewboard Companion app.
yes, Viewboard Companion app, and it will be like a white background with a yellow cloud and a phone on it. It's similar to the little yellow cloud that is the whiteboard logo or whatever. And then that way you can just sign in. You also have, the app also has other capabilities. I can throw things, so it's a yellow cloud, yeah, white background with a yellow cloud, like a little phone on it.
Yep.
So
my Viewboard Companion.
I can throw pictures from my phone.
Yeah, so kids can't just throw stuff.
Yeah, kids can't just throw stuff. You have to like.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here he is.
There you go. And we can make it bigger and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Forgive us.
The other thing that you can do on here is there's a pop quiz functions, and there's also a laser pointer. So people kind of like that. And you can do it from your phone. So you are the host.
Yes. Yes, you would be the host / admin.
you can import a Google Drive doc, which is what he had up that we changed. He can write on that, save it. Next week, we're going to talk about saving, where to save things, and how to share things with students. But you'll save it as an OLF. The students can't read OLF documents because they don't have this software on their computers. So you can save it as a PDF, and it's openable anywhere by any device. Parents, phones, students, Google Classroom.
Let's do that. So from home, we're going to go to the 4 squares. And there are 2 settings you need to fix, so you're going to go to settings. The first one,
It's not under display, which is what you would think.
the first one is preferences. We are going to go to startup and shut down. And we want to turn Energy Star off. Because who needs the environment anyway?
Oh. That was my joke.
It was.
Give credit where credit's due.
Stealing jokes. Alright. And then we will go to, I'll show that again. Go to input source, and then energy savings. You can turn to whatever. So 45 minutes, 60 minutes, off completely. What do you want yours actually? Off. Shane doesn't care about the environment.
Don't forget to clear out your apps too every once in a while. Might as well go ahead and show them that too.
Yeah, so if you want to bounce between different apps, so if I have my browser open and want a whiteboard open, I can hit the layers button over here on the side. And if I want to clean it up, just hit clear all. Is anything open? And and that'll, if it ever is running super slow or if something's not working, just open up the layers and then clear everything out. And it
Kind of like you have to
should,
do on your phone every now
yeah,
and
it
then.
should work. So, anything else? Cool. Thanks, guys.